What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Realms of Metal. Eddie here, back at you from my happy place, my metal room here in the woods in Pennsylvania. Gonna have some fun today. I tried to pick out some obscure gems in my collection, stuff that maybe not a lot of people know about or are familiar with, but great records nonetheless. It's genreless. I went to any genre that I thought of, any record that I thought of that you know you guys should know about. Maybe you know about them already, maybe not. But like I said, 10 kind of obscure gems in my collection, records that I love. So let's start with a band from Minneapolis, Minnesota called Power Mad. Name of the record is Absolute Power. This was their first release on Reprise Records. I had this on CD when I was a kid. Remember like Columbia House? Like you have to like buy a CD and then you get like, a dozen CDs for a penny or whatever the hell it was. Well, that's where I ended up getting that Power Mad CD from Columbia House, this one. And I remember when I loved it. I had this as a kid on CD, listen to the hell out of it. It was so good that I had to pick it up on vinyl. This is a music on vinyl reissue. Absolute Power, limited edition, 1,000 individually numbered copies on silver colored vinyl, includes insert and 180-gram audio file. Here it is, that's silver. Really good record. The singer's name is Joel Dubé. He does a great job on vocals on this too. Slaughterhouse, Absolute Power, Nice Dreams is a really good one. Return from Fear, Test of Steel. Plastic Town is a killer track, man. Fucking killer. Google Plastic Town from Power Mad. You're gonna love that one. BNR, Failsafe, Brainstorms, Final Frontier. Excellent record. I highly recommend picking this up. Power Mad's Absolute Power. It came out in 1989, like I said, on Reprise Records. It's kind of like power slash thrash metal. Really good stuff. Pick that up. So let's go to this record came out in 2022. It's an EP by a band called Serpent Spawn. Serpent Spawn is death metal from Germany. The title of the EP is Crypt of Torment. And this is their only release, as far as I know, just this EP. This EP. They have no full lengths, no other demos out. This is it. It's a 4-song EP: Crypt of Torment, Conquering the Trinity, Carnage Divine, and Skinned and Gutted. I love the sound of this. You know who it reminds me of? It reminds me of Sinister, right? Like Sinister, and then throw like a little bit of Deicide in. Like it's so fucking good. I'm so looking forward to their first full length, Serpent Spawn from Germany. This is on Iron Bonehead Records, and I believe it's just a standard black vinyl. This is. But really killer stuff. Insert with the lyrics on here. So if you're an old school death metal fan, if you like Sinister, if you like Deicide, if you like any of that stuff, this is going to be right up your alley. Definitely pick this up. You can get this I've seen this at a bunch of different websites, but I think I got this from Dark Descent. It's not expensive. I think it was like $18. So check Serpent Spawn out. You're really gonna like it. Let's go to 2000. No, actually, yeah, 2022. This is a band called Mongrel. It's like a demo EP called Off the Leash. Um, this is their first demo. I don't think they have any other releases as far as I know. They're from San Diego, California. It's like hardcore. It's like death metal infused hardcore. Like if I had to maybe compare them to somebody, there is a band from New York City called Irate, who was a hardcore band that had a real death metal kind of flair to them. This is kind of like in the vein of Irate. So if you're familiar with them, this is like cut from the same cloth. Really killer stuff. Like This fucking EP kills. It says here, it's a 3-song EP. Equal parts Eternal Era Malevolent Creation and notorious Detroit hardcore legends Cold as Life combined for a 3-song EP that drip with groove, testosterone, and brutality. So this is on Maggot Stomp Days Records. I think this one was clear. I think I got the clear vinyl. No, it's not. It's Oxblood. Oxblood vinyl. It's got the EP on the 3-song EP on one side, and it's got the front cover on the other side. If you could see the dog, really cool. A gem of my collection. I love this EP. It fucking hits you hard, you know. Kind of like Irate's Burden of Crumbling Society, kind of the same way. If you're familiar with Irate, like I said, but Mongrel, check them out. I wouldn't call them deathcore. Like they're not deathcore. This is not like deathcore as you know it. It's like hardcore with death metal infused in it. And it's really fucking killer. Let's go to 1991, a band called Mindfunk. Self-titled record, Mindfunk. I got this on CD. I've had this on CD since I was a kid. If I see the vinyl, I'll pick it up. Mindfunk was from New Jersey. I don't think they're together anymore. Their first release, it was I guess it's like metal stoner rock funk, but it's just a really good record, man. Out of the case. Here we go. Song Sugar Ain't So Sweet, Ride and Drive, Bring It On, Big House Burning was a really good one. Sister Blue was a really good one. So if you're into that kind of stuff, Mindfunk, you're really gonna like this record. Check it out. I've always had it. Like I said, if I see it on vinyl, I'll grab it for sure. It's the back. And this was on Sony Music, by the way. That was the label. Let's go to 2018, a band called Shark Attack. It's like crossover thrash slash, hardcore kind of stuff. I don't know where these guys are from. I think they're from Pennsylvania, but I'm not 100% sure. This was their complete discography on one vinyl. It's on 6 Feet Under Records. It includes the Feeding Frenzy demo and the Blood in the Water EP. So Shark Attack, really cool stuff. Let's check out the vinyl. It's a nice clear vinyl. Almost reminds me of maybe like older MOD, but maybe like a little bit harder hitting than that. Shark Attack. All right, let's go to 2021, a band called Tribe of Pazuzu. This is a side project of John McEntee from Incantation and Flo from Cryptopsy. So these are their first 2 EPs on a double vinyl. Actually, it's not a double vinyl. It's one vinyl, but you got an EP on one side and you got an EP on the other side. The 2 EPs are Heretical Uprising, and the other one is King of All Demons. So Heretical Uprising was 2019. King of All Demons was 2020. It's like death slash black metal. Really cool stuff. Strictly limited to 300 copies worldwide. I think I got this from Hell's Headbangers. And the name of the label is called Eat My Records, and they're out of Chile. So highly recommend Tribe of Pazuzu. Pick that shit up. Really good. If you're a thrash fan, this one probably isn't so obscure to you, but if you're maybe like a casual thrash fan, you never heard of it, this is a legendary record from 1990. This is Morbid Saints, Spectrum of Death. Brutal as fuck thrash metal, like in the vein of like Demolition Hammer, or Sadus, or Dark Angel, Beneath the Remains, Sepultura, like hard hitting thrash. And like this record is legendary. These guys are from Sheboygan, Wisconsin. Like I said, this came out in 1990, Spectrum of Death. This was their first release, first full length on Avanzada Records, and I think that's a Mexican label. And this re-release that I have it on CD as well, but this is on High Roller Records, standard black vinyl. But if you're a thrash fan, this is one you gotta have in your collection. Gotta have it. It's nice, sturdy 180 gram vinyl. You can feel it. So Morbid Saints, Spectrum of Death. If you're not familiar, go on YouTube and put in Morbid Saint Damien. There's one track called Damien. Go, lock up your children, burned at the stake, assassin Damien, crying for death. Spectrum of Death, Scars, Beyond the Gates of Hell. Great stuff. YouTube Damien from Morbid Saint. You won't be disappointed. Pick this one up. So here's another release from 2022. This is a hardcore straight edge band from Louisville, Kentucky. They're called Inclination. Name of this record is Unaltered Perspective. This was their first full length on Pure Noise Records. I got this from the Rev HQ, and this the first time I heard of this. I picked it up. I listened to a couple of tracks briefly, and then I got the vinyl. These guys are fucking great, man. Like if you like straight edge hardcore, that real aggressive shit, like this is right up your alley. Great sound. They write great songs. So take a look at the vinyl. Forget if this have anything special about it. This was yellow. So Inclinations, Unaltered Perspective from Louisville, Kentucky. Came out in 2022. Hardcore straight edge. Pick this shit up. Killer record. I got one from 1990. This is a band called Deliverance from Los Angeles, California. The record is Weapons of Our Warfare. I had this, since I was a kid on CD. The Deliverance is a Christian thrash band, so they're all Christian themed, and as much as I like the evil stuff, if it's good, I don't care if it's about God or not. If it's good, I'm going to listen to it. The sound they have on this record is fucking amazing. It cuts you like a razor. Shit. Well, this is the picture disc re-release that came out a couple years ago, but I do have the CD back there somewhere. This was their second full length, originally on Intense Records. Supplication, This Present Darkness, Weapons of Our Warfare. I remember as a kid, me and my friend seeing the Weapons of Our Warfare video, and we were like fucking blown away by that. Like we were already into thrash, and like this video came on MTV out of nowhere. Like I forget if it was the Headbangers Ball or what, but like me and my friend looked at each other like, holy shit, we got to go out and get this. And it wasn't the easiest CD to find. I remember when we were kids, like we hunted for it. But really good stuff. Deliverance, Weapons of Our Warfare. Pick it up. Highly recommended. You're gonna thrash your balls off with this record. It's really good. It's the back of the picture disc. I've got one more for you. This came out in 2020. This is a band called Voracious Scourge. They are from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. This was their first full length on Massacre Records. Massacre Records is a German label. It's basically like a super group. You got Mike Smith from X Suffocation on here. You've got Tony Choi on bass, from Pestilence and Cynic and Atheist. You've got Odd Klosterwad from Sinister on vocals on this. Like really, really well done stuff. It reminds me a lot of like Monstrosity, that type of death metal. Definitely some Suffocation influence on here that I could hear. Maybe a little bit of Nile. Really well done. Instruments sound great. The musicianship is great. Voracious Scourge from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. So check that out. Name of the record is called In Death. Came out in 2020. I think this is just a black version. I think I bought this direct from the band through their Bandcamp as well. So, black vinyl. It's got all the lyrics, which is a must. You gotta have them. So there's 10 kind of obscure gems for you. Like I said, some you might have known, some maybe not. Maybe I turned you on to something that you didn't know about. So check all these records out. Let me know what you guys think. Drop some down in the comments. Let me know what obscure gems you have in your collection that you would put on a list. Drop them down. So thanks for hanging out with me on the Realms of Metal today. And we'll see you guys again real soon. Have a good rest of the day. Have a good week. Take care.